everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel, and hello! Happy 2020, Happy New Year! Welcome back to the YouTube sphere. Welcome back to my channel, of course, as I just said. Today I'm coming at you with a video that everybody else on YouTube seems to be doing, but that is the 2020 most anticipated releases video. I am very excited about this, and in my preparation for this video I went onto Goodreads and I started a shelf on Goodreads for 2020 releases as I found them, as I searched for them, as I heard of them, and I was originally expecting to have only like 10 to 20 different books on this list. I have over 40. I'm not going to talk about all of them today, but if you want, you can go to my Goodreads down below and you can see the full list. It's under 2020 releases, under my shelf. Yeah, there's a lot, and I think 2020 is going to be a wonderful year for book releases. So without further ado, I have my computer here, my trusty computer, and I'm going to go through some of the ones that are on this list, some of them that I'm most excited for in 2020. So I'm going to go through this in like chronological order. So we're going to start in January of 2020, the ones that are coming out very, very soon. The very first one that I'm going to talk about is Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. I have Fix Her Up on my TBR currently. I got it for Christmas from Avery Loves Books, and I'm so excited about that book. It has been on my TBR for a really long time, and ever since it came out, I think I had it on my list to pick it up and get it, and I just never got around to it. But this is the second in her Hot and Hammered series that she's doing. I believe it follows one of the characters that is in Fix Her Up, so that's really exciting, and I'm hoping to get to it because I believe it's going to be one of our Lovely Ladies books this year. If you don't know, I'm part of the Lovely Ladies group here on YouTube. We read romance books and we talk about them, and we talk about them on Avery's channel. I will link it down below. Avery I've already talked about, and I believe we're going to do Love Her or Lose Her one of these months that's coming up because the other girls are really excited about it, so I need to read Fix Her Up and then get on that one, and I know I'm going to love it. It'll be fine. But anyways, that's the first one. And Love Her or Lose Her comes out on January 14th, 2020, which is very exciting because that's very, very soon. The next one I'm going to talk about is The Two Lives of Lydia Bird by Josie Silver. I read One Day in December this past December, and it was one of my favorite books of the month and of the year. I didn't end up mentioning it in my favorite books video because I filmed that earlier than I had read it, but it was fabulous, and I'm so excited about this next one. I'm not entirely sure. I can't remember the synopsis, so I'm gonna just pull it up. Okay, so the tagline is, a young woman is reunited with her late fiance in a parallel life. This is the happy ending she wanted, but is it? So it's basically like Lydia and Freddie and Lydia, they've been together for more than a decade, and Lydia thought their love was indestructible until one day, on her 28th birthday, Freddie dies in a car accident. So now it's just Lydia, and yeah, so but then it has like a little bit of magic in it, so there's like a parallel universe where Freddie doesn't die and she gets to see him again, but then in the regular universe she's trying to get over this with Freddie's best friend Jonah and her own sister Elle. So it's like, to me it feels a little bit like P.S. I Love You, but with like a magical twist, so I'm very excited about that. That one comes out on January 30th. So definitely keep your eyes out for The Two Lives of Lydia Bird. In February, I only have 2 books on this list that are coming out in February. The first one is Belle Revolt, and I remember adding it a few days ago because I heard about it and it was like a female-female romance. Was it female-female, or did it have, I think it has ace representation and like a bunch of different representations, which is amazing. I'm not sure, but it sounds cool. It sounds cool. So Emile de Marais is more at home holding scalpels than embroidery needles and is desperate to escape her noble roots to serve her country as a physician, but society dictates a noble lady cannot perform such gruesome work. Annette Boucher, overlooked and overworked by her family, wants more from life than her humble beginnings and is desperate to be trained in magic. So when a strange noble girl offers Annette the chance of a lifetime, she accepts. Emile and Annette swap lives. Oh, it has a life swap thing. So, and then there's war and stuff like that, so I think that sounds pretty cool. That one comes out February 1st, and the next February release comes out February 4th, and that is All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This one sounds like, from what I remember, it has like different kinds of magic, and the princess can do soul magic, but after one day her magic goes really awry, she has to run away and go into hiding. Yeah, after her demonstration goes awry, Amora is forced to flee, and there's pirates and magic, and there's just like a kingdom that she has to save, and I'm very excited for it. All the Stars and Teeth. And also that title, how cool. Like, I know we've kind of gotten on the bandwagon of all the da-da-da kind of thing, or like Queen of da-da-da, or Children of da-da-da, you know? We've got on that bandwagon, but this one sounds cool. All the Stars and Teeth? I want to know what that title means, just based on that. But that one comes out February 4th. So the next book I'm going to talk about is The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. This one, a book that is coming out on March 10th. And if you don't know, Christina Lauren is a writer's duo who have written so many different kind of books. They usually come out with like 2 books a year, which is wild. And they're all like the ones that I've read The Unhoneymooners, which was one of my favorites of this past year. And I also read my favorite, Half Night Stand, which was okay. But I'm so excited to see where this one goes. The Honey Don't List is about Carrie Douglas, has worked for home remodeling and design gurus Melissa and Rusty Tripp for nearly a decade. A country girl at heart, Carrie started in at their first store at 16, and more than anyone would expect, has helped them build on an empire. I think, so it's basically like an HGTV couple is trying to keep it together, but they hate each other, they can't stand each other. So it's basically like her job to put them back together and like keep them in control. And there's another guy called James McCann, and I believe he would be Carrie's love interest. I'm not sure, but it sounds fun, and it sounds like there's gonna be a lot of shenanigans with that one. And that one comes out March 10th. Another one that comes out March 10th is one that I have been eyeing for a long time, and it is Bone Crier's Moon by Catherine Purdy. So this one, I don't really know what it's about, but the cover is super gorgeous, and I love the illustrated covers like this, so I think that's basically what pulled me in. But other than that, so bone criers have a sacred duty. They alone can keep the dead from preying on the living, but their power to ferry the spirits of the dead into Goddess Alara's night havens or Tyru's underworld comes from sacrifice. The gods demand a promise of dedication, and that promise comes at the cost of the bone crier's one true love. Ooh, this sounds so cool. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. But that one comes out as well on March 10th, and I'm so excited about it. There's more that are coming out in March, but I'll just keep going because there's too many on this list to just, you know, lollygaggle through this and mention every one of them because I have too many. In April, there are 2 books that I am so excited about. The first one is released on April 21st, and that is the ARC that I got this morning, actually from HarperCollins, and that is Racist Sands by Sarah Beth Durst. This is a standalone adult fantasy. Epic standalone fantasy. And I haven't heard anything about this, but I adore Sarah Beth Durst's writing. I have, over the past few days, I've been binging her Queens of Renthia series, which I should have gotten on way faster. I have the 3rd, and I believe the last one, coming in the mail to me. But I adored it, and I adore the writing, and I adore her worlds, and I'm so excited to see what this one brings. So, okay. The tagline at the top, I'm not going to read you the whole thing because that's a lot, but the tagline at the top says, "In this epic standalone fantasy, the acclaimed author of the Queens of Renthia series introduces an imaginative new world in which a pair of strong and determined women risk their lives battling injustice, corruption, and deadly enemies in their quest to become monster racing champions." I love it. To me, it sounds a little bit like, it sounds a little bit like Priory, but also kind of like The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater, and I just am so ready for it. This is probably going to be my first read of 2020 when that rolls around, but I am so excited for this. I'm so excited to see what this standalone fantasy offers. I think more of us need to get on this standalone fantasy train. Like, I love standalone fantasies, and I'm so excited for this. So, this one, April 21st, 2020. Watch out for it. It's going to be so good. I can just tell. I can feel it in my bones. But anyways, the next one coming out in April that I'm so excited about, because my favorite book of 2019 was The Flat Share. If you didn't know, if you hadn't watched that video, that my favorite books of 2019, I will link it somewhere on the screen. But Beth O'Leary, the author of The Flat Share, is coming out with her next book called The Switch, and it's coming out on April 30th, and this one is a little different than her Flat Share one. So it's pitched as Eileen is sick of being 79. Lena's tired of her 20s. Maybe it's time they swap places. I'm so excited about this. So, when overachiever Lena Cotton is ordered to take a 2-month sabbatical after blowing a big presentation at work, she escapes to her grandmother Eileen's house for some overdue rest. Eileen is newly single and about to turn 80. She'd like a second chance at love, but her tiny Yorkshire village doesn't offer many gentlemen. And once Lena learns of Eileen's romantic predicament, she proposes a solution, a 2-month swap. Eileen can live in London and look for love. Meanwhile, Lena will look after everything in rural Yorkshire. But with gossiping neighbours and difficult family dynamics to navigate up north, and trendy London flatmates and online dating to contend with in the city, stepping into one another's shoes proves more difficult than either of them expected. I am so ready for this book. You guys have no idea. I'm just over the moon excited about it. I don't know why. I didn't think that like swappy places would be this exciting. Oh, I know why it is. Because The Holiday is my favorite movie of all time. Not just Christmas movie, but of all time. And that's one where they switch, Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet switch houses for the holiday season. So I think that is like in my head a little bit, but oh, I'm so excited for that. Oh my god. April 30th. If I can get my hands on an ARC, I'm going to die. But that, oh, I'm so excited about that one. But yeah, okay, The Switch by Beth O'Leary. Keep it on your radar. Alright, so this next book, I don't know much about, but it's called Deal with the Devil. And then the series name is called Mercenary Librarians. And if that doesn't get you, I don't know what does. But okay, so Deal with the Devil is by Kit Rocha. This is Orphan Black meets the post-apocalyptic Avengers in the vein of Ilona Andrews' Hidden Legacy series. So that's like 3 major things coming in, and so I'm ready for it. I think I probably just pinned it because of the title and then the tagline of like what the comps are. But okay, so the United States went belly up 45 years ago when our power grid was wiped out. Too few live in well-protected isolation while the rest of us scrape by on the margins. The only thing that matters is survival. By any means. At any cost. So I'm getting, this is a little bit more of a dystopian twist, which is really cool. That comes out May 12th. This next one is The Gilded Ones by Namina Forna. This one comes out... Oh, I just saw the day. My dog is barking. I apologize if you can hear her. May 26th. So this one I pinned mainly because of the cover and mainly because its comp is Children of Blood and Bone and Black Panther. And Children of Blood and Bone is one of my favorite books of 2018, and I love Black Panther, so very excited about that. What else? I'm going to skip ahead a few months. The next book I'm going to talk about is Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey, and I am so excited about this. This one comes out on July 7th. This is a second book in her Waiting for Tom Hanks series, and I read Waiting for Tom Hanks with the lovely ladies earlier this year, and I adored it. It's so fluffy and wonderful, and I'm so excited for her next one. It's following the best friend, so very excited about that, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you. This next one, it comes out August 4th, and it's called Set Fire to the Gods by Sarah Rosh. I believe she wrote, yes, she wrote Snow Like Ashes, this series. I haven't read this series yet, but I am so excited about this next book because the cover is just stunning. So it is about Siri, Please Don't.
I don't know what that means. If you like.
Okay, it's fine. Ash is descended from a long line of gladiators, and she knows the brutal nature of war firsthand. But after her mother dies in an arena, she vows to avenge her by overthrowing her fire god, whose temper has stripped her country of its resources. Maddock grew up fighting on the streets to pay his family's taxes, but he hides a dangerous secret. He doesn't have the Earth God's powers like his opponents. His elemental gift is something else, something that hasn't been seen in centuries. Ooh, so it has like a revenge plot, it has elemental magic, it has gods. I am so ready for this. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so that one comes out on August 4th. The next one I'm going to talk about is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. That is the sequel to Serpent and Dove. It comes out September 1st. I am very excited to see where the series goes. As I have mentioned in previous videos, Serpent and Dove is my new guilty pleasure. It's not a good book by any means, but I really, really enjoyed it, and it was a wild ride. So I am so excited to see where the series is taken, and if it gets better, I really hope it does. But yeah, so that comes out September 1st. And the last book I'm going to talk about today is one that I am ridiculously excited for, which is odd because I've only read 3 of her books, but it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. That comes out October 6th, 2020. That is the official Goodreads saying thing on my computer, and I am just so excited about it. I love the tagline. I think it's a girl sells her soul to the devil, basically. Yeah. It's about a love story between a French girl and the devil over 300 years. She sells her soul for the ability to live forever, and the devil curses her to be forgotten by everybody she meets until one person remembers her. I believe that's how she's pitched it. And I am so prepared for this book. I am so excited for this book. It seems like nothing else I've ever read. It seems a little bit like Picture of Dorian Gray, which I adore, but other than that, I'm going into it blind, and I love it. And before then, hopefully I can get through more of V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab's books, because I have only read her 2 middle grades and then the first book in the darker shade of magic. It's right next to me and I couldn't remember the title. But yeah, other than that, there are so many other books coming out in 2020. Let me know down below a few of your ones that you have heard that you are so excited about coming out, if they're debut, if they're continuations of series, if they're new from authors that we love. Let me know about them. So that is my list. Again, if you want to check out more, I will have my Goodreads page linked down below. Just go search for it. I will try and make this list public if I can. Yeah. I hope you guys are enjoying the first few days of 2020. And I will see you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.